Hope everyone's doing good. I just wanted to give you guys my first video with the RusRazors straight razor shave on the Damn Fine Shave Passaround. Real quick, I want to do the thank yous to the people that made the Passaround possible. So, Sergi, or his name on DFS is Gopneg. If there's a different pronunciation, I apologize. But Sergi, thanks for sending these over from Russia. And we got Andrew, one of the admins from DFS. He got this, I think, going. So I've been hot on these DFS Passarounds. So after my shave, I'll give you guys a little bit more details from the thread, so that if you guys are watching this and you don't know about these razors, because I wasn't familiar with this company, I don't know how new it is, but this very well could be my first straight razor shave in really like 5 years. So I wanted to make sure I get this on video so that if anyone wants to see what my fate is. I'm feeling pretty comfortable. I'm obviously not overconfident because you never know what could happen. But today I'm using Ethos Lavender Supreme, which on my last shave worked really well. This one took quite a bit of water, so if you guys forgive me, I'm gonna try and go as quick as I can. But anyway, I sterilized the smaller Damascus straight razor because this Passaround had two razors available, and to be honest, the larger one, it might be just a little bit heavy and a little bit bigger than I should really try. By the way, so I only have a few days beard growth, not a whole lot of visible growth. I wanted to wait a little bit longer, but I think unfortunately I may be only able to get this shave and one more before I have to pass it off. So I'll have to just double check my timing. But you know, being primarily a double-edge user since I've started, and again working in a shop where I got to help different people start with safety razors or straight razors. In my opinion, straight razors are going to be, once you kind of dial them in, I think they should yield a little bit of a closer and more comfortable shave than a double edge. Now, obviously, there's going to be different people that, I don't know, maybe like a beginner would say, like, how is that possible? And so, even though I have a preference for double edge razors, I just have the belief that they do offer a superior shave. I think they should be, like I said, more comfortable, a closer shave than a double edge. But this lot is looking good. I'm just gonna go a little bit more. I already stropped the razor. I made sure to sanitize it before I use this one. A couple notes about my little setup here. So I don't shave with a sink underneath me. So usually when I'm doing my double edge razors, what's below me is a big old rinse bowl. But back when I was using my straight razor, I would just have a grout sponge by me, and I don't rinse the razor underneath a faucet or anything. So, but yeah, I'm feeling good about this shave. The Damascus, I think, is supposed to be fairly strong, so even though the razor is maybe not as big as like a new razor that I might want, I think the strength of the razor should be fine. I think sometimes I refer back to my first razor being a straight razor, being a Dovo, and I had a 5/8 And I forget the terminology. I forget if that most of those Dovos are a quarter hollow grind, but they were all just a tad flimsy in my experience. So, all right, here, let me make sure I have my alum. Where's my alum? Okay. I very well could get some cuts on this. So, I'm thinking I'm going to do, just kind of see how this goes, either a north to south pass, or if I do a true with the grain. Remember, I kind of have like a diagonal growth. On this side it goes slightly more vertical, and this one's a little bit more diagonal. So here's our razor today, you guys. Like I said, after the shave I'll give you guys a little bit more information on the specs. Alright, I think I'll start off with this side. See how my technique is in 5 years. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this off of the camera or off of the mirror behind. So forgive me if this is not the best angle, you guys. We'll just kind of go with it. Maybe I could tell you I feel like my coffee's kicking in. I think I'm just a little bit overly cautious. Cut really nice. I'm not usually in the past, using my left hand on my left side, it wasn't that it was difficult, I just tend to kind of need to back up my grip with my other hand. So I just need to remember, you got to kind of relax when you do this. Seems to be cutting well. But yeah, I'm kind of having to use the mirror behind. I remember years ago, the one thought that was always running through my mind is, since I'm in California and we got earthquakes, how freaky would it be to be in the middle of a straight shave and have an earthquake going on. Alright. Slather seems to be fine. This is always just kind of my deal. You guys, if I take a little long on my first side, not that I ever really need it, but I usually just like to activate that fresh lather. But right now, since we're going through a heat wave in SoCal, what's more likely to happen is me to be shaving right now, and maybe I'll get the lights turned out on me because we're having to deal with trying to conserve our energy and keep our supposed to be flexing with the power. always laugh. This isn't. This is always what the straight razor users on YouTube have to do. They always got to prove to everybody that they're actually cutting off beard. But I don't know what this was, you guys. I don't know if I had a little blemish or if I'm out to nick myself, but that's all right. I'll rub a little bit of alum on it real quick, and then I'll do my lower part of the neck. The hardest part for me, you guys, with doing these shaves with this little of growth is that even after doing 2 passes, I know I didn't do my second pass yet, but it's just hard to be able to get that last little bit of beard off. And I don't know how it works. You know, you would think that, you know, you shave one day and you have a very close, you know, clean shaven face, you know, and you have very little beard growth that's grown back the following day. And you would think, you know, you just need to do another 3 pass shave. So maybe someone else can share their opinion on this. But for whatever reason, it's just easier for me to get a closer shave and a quality feeling shave with more beard growth rather than less. Maybe it's just because for me, if I give my skin kind of that catch-up time, I'm able to, I don't know, maybe be a little bit more aggressive to get that beard, so get the beard off. Okay. Gotta move so I can use my elbow. One other thing, just for me, whenever I hold a straight razor, I found in the past, when I wasn't as relaxed, the finger pads I would kind of hold it past the razor. And maybe that's just my way of kind of like trying to squeeze everything kind of around here. So what I try and do is when I relax, try to use the fingertips a little bit more and again, kind of relax. But I think because, see, I'm always having to crack my fingers. My fingers are real long, so whenever I have to hold something a little bit more precise and thin, I find that I kind of get a little cramped up. So, I don't know, sometimes I wish there was a way that I could, I don't know, just get a little bit better grip here. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if I'll try it out, you guys. I kind of feel like I'll pull here. I should try to get this last little bit. Pretty much already shaved that area right there, so okay. So yeah, it's like there's still beard here. I guess I can shoot for an across the grain pass on the cheeks if I'm comfortable enough. Doing my against the grain passes with straight razors, I don't remember being, not that I was better or like really good at them, but they weren't always the most challenging part of a straight razor shave. Usually the issue was if it was a good razor for me, maybe the honing wasn't as smooth as I needed, or I just wasn't good with the what do you want to call it, maybe the razor wasn't of a heavy enough grind. Try and zap this little weeper again. I need to snag another little styptic pencil. But this is kind of fun. You know, for any of you guys that are on the forum and you're kind of newer to straight razors, this isn't going to be the most ideal shave because, you know, with a straight razor, you want to have that continued practice. And if I had to guess, I maybe have a little less than 15 straight razor shaves. I do not have very many. So, alright, I think we're good. I'll just, right there. Let's go for this against the grain on the neck, and then we'll see how far up I want to go. If I can get past the jawline. So, depending on how this goes, you guys, I'll maybe give my next shave just a little bit more beard growth. So far this seems to be doing pretty good. Okay. Let's see here. Honestly, that against the grain pass is already a little easier and less stressful than the other ones. Okay. So again, trying to hold it like this. This is always going into sleep mode. Okay, here we go. Alright, maybe my angle right there is not really working that well. Let's try and... I'm sure everyone's wondering, what am I going to do for underneath the nose? We'll see. It's a little better right there. Okay. If you guys are still watching this, I am sure many of you guys that possibly are watching have a lot more straight razor experience than I do. So if anyone wants to make any comments, suggestions, constructive criticism on my technique, especially like on the angle that I'm holding it, I'm more than happy to give your comments a listen. I don't know if I'm getting into rough territory right here. Let's see if I can. Okay, I will tell you guys this. Again, my technique is not refined. But there's always going to be, like, you watch different people straight razor shave, and at least for me, even though I'm not that experienced, you kind of have the general idea. So, I might not have had, like, the best technique, but two things come to mind. This is when you kind of want to be thinking about your face and the different aspects as facets of, like, a diamond. Now, I kind of think of whenever I'm about to get ready to do a stroke, there's a lot of people that they might roll the angle or something like that. But for me, I've always found that if I'm watching something and you kind of get to a point where you kind of feel like they're going to cut themselves, for me it's usually when they try to put that contact on the skin and then move through the beard. So I kind of feel like, for me, to alleviate my fear of cutting myself, I want to have that movement on the blade, and it doesn't mean that I'm going to be free of cutting myself, but at least for me, that's kind of what I keep in mind is, Zach, keep the razor moving perpendicular with the razor. Like right there when I was doing that, obviously I'm trying to cut the beard against the grain that way, but if I'm a little hesitant with how I hold it or that stroke, I kind of feel like it's gonna want to cut sideways. So, and luckily for me, the against the grain pass I can do with both my right and my left hand. It's really just trying to figure out that with the grain pass for my left side. So I don't know how far. I don't know that I need to do this part again. Okay, maybe a little bit. That last stroke was a little close. Let's see if I can be lucky on this side. I'm more than happy to, if I can, eat my words for everybody on video. Okay, see, so I don't know that that's a better way to hold it. So, kind of going like this. Sorry guys, let's just get this last. One little quick note on this ethos. I've been trying out this new scuttle that I have. I don't know that it likes to be hanging out in the hot water. I'm usually not someone that really cares if the lather's hot or not. Alright, obviously not the shortest. So, I'm not going to be doing any DE cleanup for this shave or the following shave. I'm just going to... Did I get a little cut there? I did. Alright. You guys, I guess not too bad. Honestly, I knew I wasn't going to be super proud of myself. And I think, the big part is just going to be that muscle memory of once, you are someone that is confident that you're going to get down your straight razor technique, those later shaves. I think what happens is you just learn how to get a little bit more comfortable with the motions and where your arms... See, and look, I'm right behind a wall, so I just got to make sure I'm not going to be trying to get ready to do a, stroke with a razor and then bump myself. But, yeah, just trying to, over time, minimize some of those more unnecessary, strokes over the same area. So again, for me, having only 2 days beard growth, the razor cut very well. My skin, obviously it's going to be more sensitive and nick prone. But what can I say? Not too bad. Now usually I don't do this, but considering this is already half an hour, I will throw on my aftershave. If you guys give me a second, let me just do a quick little rinse. I think we should be okay. And then that way you guys can get my reaction with a little bit of alcohol. So yeah, quick little note on the ethos. It's been working really well. I'm looking forward to getting some more shaves in with it this next week and a half. So this is the Ethos Supreme Lavender, or Lavender Supreme shave soap, and I'm using one of Douglas's Lavender Planet from PAA. So, oh, and you know what? Okay, hold on one second. Make sure this doesn't tip over. Okay. So before I put this splash on, you guys can already see I got my razor burn face. Okay, so I have some alum powdered. Douglas's old aftershaves used to have this, and so when I recently got a couple of his newer aftershaves, there isn't alum anymore, so this is probably going to sting. Go a little bit more. That was the second half of my Lavender Planet, which smells really good. Frank's Lavender Supreme, I believe, is like a French Provence lavender. These both smell really good. So just to do one more splash, this is Douglas's Unscented Sin Aftershave. Whew. Well, face is probably going to look a little red probably the next 2 hours, I would assume. A little bit more than my usual DE burn. But, not too bad. If I had to give myself a grade, that was like maybe a D, B minus. So, anyway, I will give this a strop on the canvas linen. I think I'm going to do 40 times. We'll go for the, what do they call it? The leather side, probably go 50. And then that's when I'll put it away and get it ready for the next shave this week. The other thing I'll do is just take a paper towel, make sure I get that, even though I wasn't running it underwater, just make sure that I'm not storing it with any moisture in between the scales. Okay, and real quick, I know this has been real long, so here are the details on this razor. So, give me a second here. Here we go. Okay, 86 grams weight. The blade width is 8/8 or 23 millimeters. Concavity 1/2. I don't know if that means it's half hollow grind. Maybe I'm assuming. The back thickness is 6.9 millimeters. It says the handle is stained hornbeam. I really like these scales, by the way. And then I think it's saying that the slip washers are brass. So, other thing this says, it says it's a specific grade of Damascus steel. I don't know if it's some Russian character X15, so I don't know if that means it's folded quite a bit. But let me just, before I hop off, you guys. Here's another. Yeah, the scales on this are really cool. Alright, so I hope some of my friends here on DFS, or if you guys are watching on YouTube, got something out of seeing me do my first straight razor shave in 5 years. How did it turn out? Kind of what I expected. It's going to be rough. So, I really like the straight razor. I'm stoked that I get a chance to try one of these. Normally I'd want something a little larger, but luckily I think the density of this type of metal is suitable for me. It seemed to cut sharp enough. That's another thing, is sometimes you get something that cuts, it's just not as sharp as you want it or need it. But this is not a surprise. So, we'll see how my next shave goes. Again, if you guys are following this in the thread for DFS, I may only be able to get one more shave out of this before I send it off. So I may want to wait 3 days just to have a little bit more beard growth, and we'll see how the next shave goes. So if you ended up watching this whole thing, thank you. But hope everyone has a great day and has a nick-free shave. So see if I make it through the day, okay? But anyway, take care, you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.